After we got done filming yesterday's video, I thought about Willie, and this is a situation that I've been in before. I start on a project with a certain goal, and then new problems happen. And I don't solve the initial goal, and I stay so focused on the project that I lose sight of the things I may be missing and the time that I could be spending on other things. I'm pretty far out in the weeds on this. What we planned to do was try the new carburetor that Eric sent me, see if that makes it run better. But it didn't. So I fiddled with the carburetor. Figured out that the woodruff key was sheared. And here we are. More time, more energy dumped into this heap. Tough love, Willie. It's only half here. Anyway, it's like a bad relationship. And I'm too stubborn to give up on it.
Sunk cost fallacy.
Sunk cost fallacy, that's right. So I am making a promise tonight. This will be the last time we pay Willie any attention unless we have a major breakthrough. And major breakthrough is determined by both Camera Girl and myself being in agreement that whatever happens is a breakthrough and it's worth pursuing. The best case scenario is we get it running right and it's still not all here. It's only worth $300 more than it was only partially running like it is right now. I don't mean for this to be an extended monologue. You are here, aren't you?
I am.
But that's my thoughts. If we don't see major improvements tonight, I will take the mindset of, I gave my best and then I left it alone. I wish you would have run right, Willie. And that's it. Whew. That being said, I also had a moment of possible clarity last night. The sheared key definitely was a problem. It wouldn't run right with the sheared key. But the sheared key, I don't think that was the problem. I think that was a symptom. It all precipitated into my mind what happened here. From the beginning, we talked about how Willie backfires. It backfires all the time. I've never been so afraid of a motorcycle backfiring and hurting me before. And I've had all kinds of motorcycles that are known for hurting their owners. I had a CR500. Never afraid of that. But this thing, it kicks back. So it backfires. And Camera Girl asked me, what shears a key? And I gave a generic answer, but you know what would shear a key? I bet you can guess.
Backfiring?
Backfiring. Sudden, abrupt change of inertia will shear a key. Ignition timing can cause backfiring. This unit, this CDI unit, controls ignition timing. I'm confident that the carburetor is not causing the issues that we're experiencing. You saw what it did last night. It has a mind of its own. It's running steady, and when it decides to, it putters out. What I think is happening here, and has been happening with this motorcycle, is I have an intermittently failing CDI unit. It works for a little while, but then it gets to zapping, goes haywire. It makes me wonder what's happening. So, here's what we're going to do. I'm not buying a new CDI unit. Don't think I'm going to buy a CDI unit for this. These are $200, $150 anyway, if you can find the right one. They made about 27 different CDI units for DR350s. Not that many, but enough that I'm not going to go to the trouble for chance of getting the right one and for how expensive they are. But what we can do, maybe, is try another CDI unit that I happen to have here. You see these parts here? Mm-hmm. From the XR600? Mm-hmm. Bought that from Gary. XR600, XL600 had a CDI box. I have no idea if this is compatible with a DR350 from over 10 years later and different brand. But I'm going to try this and we'll see what happens. I think I wired it close enough that it'll work, or rather the closest I can get to how it should be. There's a lot of differences between that motor and this motor.
You know what I was thinking about?
Tell me.
I wish I'd counted how many clockwise rotations you made pacing around this motorcycle since you started, and I was trying to figure it out. I can't remember.
It was a great moment of realization last night. And that's why I'm talking so much. I am excited about this because it might work, but regardless, I will be done with it. And that's a good feeling.
Okay.
So come on over here. We'll plug this in. A couple differences between this and the XL600 are this has 2 trigger coils that send a signal up to the CDI. That's these 4 wires. XL600 only had 1. So we're going to use just the blue and green coil. I don't know if it'll work, but I have to choose one. My best guess is one of the trigger coils is for low RPM operation, or that would be the forward one, and the other one is for high RPM operation, more advanced. The faster the engine goes, the more advanced the timing should be. These 2 are the power coil for the CDI. This is different between the motors because on the XL600, one of these is grounded down at the engine and just one comes up to the CDI box instead of both leads of the coil. So I put some ground wires together where I might just fry some things. There's one and here's the other. I did a good job on this. Not only did I twist the wires together, I also taped them.
Very nice.
Thank you. Professional job. So there's the power wires for the CDI, and this is ground, nothing, ground, nothing, ground, nothing, and coil wire that goes to the ignition coil, plugs in right here. I was lucky to have these connectors from the XL600 wiring harness. A lot of these connectors are universal among different brands. So there it is. Original CDI is no longer in service. I'll nestle this right here. And I won't lie to you, I already checked to see if it sparks. Have not tried to start it yet though.
I feel like it's going to catch on fire again.
What I'm worried about is severe backfiring.
I can't imagine this is going to be any better. It's going to be worse. Catastrophically worse.
The chances of it working are very slim, but it's what I have on hand. this doesn't just spit out a spark, it also controls the timing of the spark. So we don't know. Maybe it'll turn backwards. So have a look here. It sparks.
Yeah, there it went.
Good spark. I'm wearing my boots tonight.
All right.
My kicking boots.
Watch your teeth. Wait, what was it? It was your knee it got. Yeah, watch your knee.
Hurt my knee last time. This is the best solution I could conjure.
For free?
For free. I was going to work on the CBR 600 tonight, install the new manifold boots, but this has my full attention. You can tell by just how much I'm talking about it. And also the manifold boots that they sent were wrong. See, here's the original. Hard as a rock here on the engine side. And there's what they sent. 1/8 of an inch shorter, and maybe more importantly than that, the new one doesn't have this locating pin for the clamp. This is important for when you're underneath tightening it down. See? So it doesn't spin away from you. That's a curse preventer right there, a profanity preventer mechanism. Ooh, I'm a little bit nervous about this. Won't try to pretend I'm not.
You gonna open the door?
Yes, I think we ought to. Don't worry, I won't try it until you come over here. All right.
So do you want me to get in on the potential backfiring action or the potential catching on fire action? They're on opposing sides.
They are. Better bring around the old timer. I think backfiring side.
Okay.
Because if it's a fire, you'll be able to see it from either side. I may be overly optimistic that it will even be close enough to backfire. It may spark 100 miles from where it should. But this is what I have for you tonight. And I'll try not to kick my mess of wires either. Oh, but they're on this side. That's lucky. I'm a lucky feller. Okay. I feel a little bit silly. Did you see just what I have happening over here? I'm proud of it.
How many kicks?
One. Why not? Ready?
Yeah, I say 3.
What?
I won!
What? It's running. It's running.
In 3 kicks.
And the idle's moving around, isn't it? I can't believe it's running.
It didn't backfire.
It didn't backfire. Whoa. So I can hear a little fluctuation in the idle.
Nothing like it was.
No. Fellers, are you kidding me? I'll take it off choke, why not?
Maybe you should say fellers and Dave.
Okay, let's just see if it idles.
It's idling.
It hasn't changed. Show it a little. Show it just a little.
It don't sound great.
No, but what I'm looking for is consistency. Remember last time it was all over the place. High idle, low idle. Quit.
It's not even smoking.
Most importantly, it's not smoking from around here. Oh, that.
What'd you do?
I took the choke off. It was still choked.
Oh.
So.
Well, it sounds horrible.
Well, no, that's not bad.
Do you need to adjust the idle mixture?
I don't think so. I don't think it has ever idled this long and at such low speed. That's a nice idle.
You think that sounds good? It just seems so low, so slow.
I got a slow rolling low. Forgot the words to my song.
I guess it's slow and steady.
But ain't that just like a fool? Wanna ride on them train, but the train is all gone. I can't believe that. I know it's running better because if I want to turn it off, I don't just have to wait for 10 seconds.
You can't give it the gas either. It won't die.
Well, I'm not so much worried about the timing being correct at the higher RPMs. I wouldn't expect it to. I'm looking for consistency. You gonna stay with me? Stay with me. It won't die.
Well, how much longer are we going to talk about?
Do you call that a breakthrough?
I guess so. It's pretty interesting.
That's a lot more steady than it ever was before.
I wonder what the CDI on it was. Maybe it was an original.
I think it's the right one. All the wires match up. I'm confident now the problem is a bad CDI. The question now is, what do I do? I'm not paying half the full value of the machine for a new CDI box. There's a DR350 about 3 hours away with a bad tranny for $540. But I don't even want to go down that road. Thinking I could grab this, I could buy that, put two and two together.
Okay, well then get rid of this one.
What do you fellers and fellerettes think I ought to do? That's really something else. It's a honduki. Lord, I want it to be something you could depend on.
There's usually more singing the more chipper you are.
Lordy, woe is me. Not a buddy would care. I got a slow rolling low. End of the video. If you're interested in watching yesterday's video, I'll put a link to that up on the screen. And if you'd like to see what happens tomorrow, besides Thanksgiving, I'll put a link to that video up there as well. Thanks for watching.